Mother Teresa, Dr. Seuss, Albert Einstein. Is it possible that these enlightened figures of history are total scumbags? That's what we try and decide here on Scumbags of History, where we pick through the dirty underwear pile of the lesser known facts about some of the famous people society has put on a pedestal. We are your hosts, confirmed scumbags, Brittany Schmitt and
Mateen Stewart.
We're comedians, not historians, so we're probably going to get stuff wrong from time to time, and by time to time I mean all the time.
Her more than me.
Mateen knows. Mateen's got facts in that big head. I do not.
Yeah.
I don't have much between the ears. So don't use us as a reference in your research paper. Let's get started.
Scumbags.
I'm talking about scumbags of history. Talking about these people suck ass. They were pieces of shit. They still pieces of shit. Scumbags of history. Scumbags of history.
Today we're talking about Charles Dickens.
Dickens.
Dickens was my nickname in
Dickens.
college. Beloved author and timeless novels, yes.
Yeah.
Scumbag who gaslit and dumped his wife for a teenager,
Right.
possibly. Please, sir, I want some more. I bet you do. Okay, tell me what you know about Charles Dickens.
I just remembered what I knew about him when you said, please, sir, I want some more. So he wrote Oliver Twist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He also wrote a myriad of other books that I probably know that he wrote, but I can't really think of it right now.
Yeah, so he is the most well-known and celebrated novelist of the Victorian era.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know what the Victorian era is or when that was.
Can we see what the Victorian era is?
The Victorian era, I'm going to guess. Why don't we guess?
It's like
1905.
1800s?
1905.
What is it?
1837 to 1901. Okay, so there we go. That's a long time ago.
That is a long time.
Okay. So
63 years.
Ago?
No, 63 years, the reign.
Yeah.
He's the goat of those 63 years.
The throat goat
The
of
throat
the
goat.
Victorian
Yeah.
era. Okay. He wrote classics like A Christmas Carol.
Duh. Okay. I should know that.
Oliver Twist and The Great Expectations.
Okay. I don't know what The Great Expectations
So he was popping off.
But I love
popping off at the pen.
Do you like The Christmas Carol?
I don't know.
Okay. You're not a theater nerd like
No,
me.
I'm not. And also, I don't think I've read any of these books.
Or any books. Okay.
No, I read books. I do read books, believe it or not.
You wrote a book.
I wrote a book, and I just don't retain knowledge. Like the way that I always tested in school, I could remember facts for like a week, and then they're just in and they're out.
Yeah.
It's just rotating
knowledge.
Rotating facts.
So you never had to read The Christmas Carol or...
I might have read it.
Okay.
I just don't know.
The first memory I have of Christmas Carol was the Mickey Mouse version.
Yeah.
When they had to split the P.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Okay. Dickens is known for satirizing British society and aristocracy. He wrote about London's extreme poverty, especially the struggles of children and orphans.
So Oliver Twist.
Tiny
Tim.
What is, Orphan Annie is a different thing than Oliver Twist.
Yeah. Annie was a girl's orphanage.
Yeah.
And Oliver Twist was...
the female adaptation of Oliver Twist.
Oliver Twist was, he was an orphan.
An orphan.
Orphan.
An orphan. Okay. So here's what you don't know about Charles Dickens.
We don't know everything.
Dickens' novels about the struggles of the working class directly led to reform in workhouses, boarding schools, hospitals, and slums. So that's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Usually when you write about shit and complain.
So it's like he was like Twitter. Like someone would go to someplace and or Yelp.
Yelp. He was like Yelp.
So he was like, yo, but it changed society.
We need a house.
Yeah.
Yo, I need a bed. Okay. He published his novels in monthly or weekly installments that were more affordable, inspiring a new class of working
How much is this guy
readers.
Writing? That's
obviously
novels?
A lot.
Jesus.
But if he's putting his novels in weekly or monthlies, that means he must be splitting them up.
Yeah, he has to.
You're not publishing full novels in a newspaper. He supported over 43 charities, including weirdly named ones like the Poor Man's Guardian Society and the Royal Hospital for the Incurables.
The Royal Hospital for the Incurables.
That sounds like a movie.
Yeah, it sounds like a place where Mother Teresa has her lepers.
MT.
Him and MT was hanging out. So he was supporting the charities.
What?
Okay, he 40 some charities.
Supported charities, made a little change. Doesn't sound horrible yet.
No, I mean these all sound like good things.
Yeah.
I want to see why he's here though.
Charles Dickens was a prolific writer and social critic, but he's here for a reason.
He is here. I want to hear this.
Yeah. Dickens had some marital dramas with his wife, Catherine, whom he liked to refer to as his dearest darling pig.
Is DDP?
DDP, and that was dearest darling pig was.
Why is that so funny? Dearest darling pig.
I like that DDP.
You, that was a good reading of it. I thought he was going to say something. I did not expect it. The dearest darling pig.
Dearest darling pig.
I know. Oh my god.
And that's what during the good times. That's what he called her during the good times. It got worse, and I don't know if the nicknames got any better, but anyway, Catherine bore him 10 children.
10 kids.
That's a lot.
Oof.
It's a lot. My dad's from a family of 12.
Wow.
Yeah. Some bitches just pop.
That popping that pee.
Popped about.
That DDP. She popping that pig is popping.
That pig is popping. Jiffy popping pig.
Just a popping pig. Boop, pop. Oink, oink.
The two were married for over 20
years. He was porking her a lot.
Okay.
Okay, I'll stop.
Okay.
20 years, 10 kids.
The two were married for over 20 years, but eventually he started complaining about her to his friends. That happens.
Yeah.
That's normal.
Then
he put on a play, a melodrama set in the Arctic. He hired a 17-year-old actress, Ellen Tiernan, who was she was younger than most of his children. Of course she was.
Can we see a picture of Ellen Tiernan? I always want to see who these guys.
Most historians agree they had an affair, and they may have even had a child together who died in infancy. Yikes.
The fact that she had 10 kids.
We're not going to find a picture of Ellen. There weren't pictures back in the day, Mateen.
We
didn't have photographs, but it's going to be like a cave painting on the wall.
Yeah.
Eventually, Dickens built a wall separating his and his wife's bedroom in two, so he wouldn't have to deal with her anymore.
We found a picture of Ellen Tiernan.
Okay, I'll eat my words.
Let me see. I guess she's hot for back in the day.
Yeah.
She's like the very stoic. It's a very stoic picture of her with her. She has nice hair. Okay.
All right, so she's pretty. So good for Dickens. Dickens was putting his dick in.
Dickens Tiernan. Into her.
So he built a wall and he separated him and his wife's bedroom in half, and I don't hate this idea.
So I built a wall.
Straight up wall down the middle. You know what I would really like? Just a wall that also it just cuts the bed in half.
And you can just like back in you wouldn't want two beds like back in the day.
Well, no, I would want 2 beds, but I think it would be funnier if it was just.
Are you a cuddler?
No.
Yeah, I knew that answer anyway. You don't like people. I don't even know why I asked that. Like, get away from me.
Oh my God, no. So a guy tried to cuddle, who tried to cuddle with me the other day. And I was like, this is not going to work.
Yeah.
And he was like, what do you mean? He's like, this is how I fall asleep. And I was like, well,
I guess
I
leave now.
I'm going to have to call the police.
You're not a cuddler.
No. Of course you're a cuddler.
Because I'm cuddling. I'm not. I like to cuddle.
Yeah, you like.
I
don't mind cuddling, but not to sleep.
I mean,
you don't cuddle sleep. You cuddle sleep? That's insanity.
I have cuddle sleep. Yeah.
Okay. Well, according to some accounts, he sent Ellen a bracelet with a poem. It got lost, and it was returned to Dickens' home, and his wife Catherine got it back and confronted him. She's like, "What the fuck is this, dog?"
He wrote a poem and put it in a bracelet. And
a poem and a bracelet, and it got returned to sender. And
somebody snitched.
She presented it to her lord. This is what Catherine did. She presented it to her lord. First of all, her lord. When he came home.
Her lord. He was her lord.
Why?
I guess that's lord. That's what they call it. He's British, English.
You call your husband Lord?
Lord. So he was Lord Dickens.
Okay, all right. She presented it to her lord when he came home, and she simply said, "Charles, I wish you would not be so open in these matters." Whereupon he went on towering passion and said he would not stay another minute in the same house with his wife.
So she was like, "Yo, just don't be out in public.
Just
like,
don't
chill.
send bracelets via the fucking Pony Express."
Yeah, because someone's gonna see it. Yeah. And now you put our business in the street.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't put our business in the street. Yeah. And then he's like, "You know what's in the street now? You."
Bye-bye, DDP.
Bye-bye, dear starling pig. He then exiled his wife to a separate house, which I don't hate this either, and cut her off from him, their children, and her sister, who he kept as a housekeeper. Interesting power move.
He definitely was fucking her sister.
Probably, but it doesn't say that. Okay, so despite the fact that he didn't really like his kids, he called one of his daughters Lucifer's Box.
Lucifer's Box.
Which is a weird way to put pussy in your daughter's nickname.
Yeah, exactly. That is weird.
Because he didn't like her opinions. He legally separated from Catherine in 1858, which, by the way, never happened in this time period.
You never get...
You used to just die. You married someone and then you died when you were 32.
Yeah.
Dickens was like, "You're so insufferable.
I can't be with you.
Piggy pig." So
that's all, folks.
Well, that's all, folks. Rumors about Dickens' affairs swirled amongst his social circle, at the horse races, and at the gentleman's club. Dickens, what?
He was a gambler.
He was a gambler. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Dickens wrote a furious letter in which he blamed his wife for everything, saying that the peculiarity of her character made her an unfit mother, and she had a mental disorder.
I called her weird. You weird, crazy bitch.
Yeah.
I think that's always a guy's go-to.
Yeah.
I always call girls crazy.
Yeah, you're crazy.
Yeah.
You're nuts because I'm fucking a toddler. And you got mad about it. Literally, she didn't even get mad. She was like, just keep your business out the street.
Keep your shit tight, B.
Right. He gave the letter to a friend and told him to show it to anyone gossiping about him. That's really funny. You think about that's the old school social media.
Social media putting on blast.
Yeah, putting on blast. He penned a letter and gave it to a homie. It was every time you hear some shit.
Share this.
Here's some shit.
Dude, that is this is the thing, right? We always talk about how society today and we so this, so that, but they were doing the same shit. So
I mean, he is petty spaghetti on a different level. Yeah. Imagine how angry you have to be to pen a letter. It's like that Sebastian joke about picketing or striking or whatever. He's like, I would never get mad enough to go to a craft store and write a sign. Yeah. He's like, you have to pick up crafts. You have to stay mad while you're in Michael's craft store.
And you gotta go walk in the sun. It was like a writer's strike, and I go, oh, yuck.
No, I know.
So he wrote this letter. He's like, yo, homie.
He's like, every time when you hear something, shut it down with this letter.
Tell these motherfuckers keep my name out their mouth.
He then penned another open letter.
Man, he is a writer. He is a writer.
But he is drama.
Yeah.
No, there's no pause when agitated here for him.
No, he's just going.
Yeah, he's just...
It's like, fuck this.
Yeah, he penned another open letter to all of his readers that was sent to all of London's major newspapers addressing the gossip and his affair and insisting that his relationship was platonic. He wrote that there is not on this earth a more virtuous and spotless creature than this young lady. I know her to be innocent and pure, and as good as my own dear daughters, who he calls Lucifer Box.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he definitely was fucking Ellen.
Yeah, he's definitely fucking this 17-year-old girl who's probably
almost. By the way, nobody knew what he was talking about, but now everybody
knows.
Yeah.
So his plans backfired.
Yeah. And it became international news. It became way bigger than it was. If he would have just let the town gossip fade.
Or just listen to his wife yo, keep your shit tight, bro. To publish something in a newspaper. Yo, I know y'all been hearing this stuff. It's like having a press conference. Everyone's like, yo, man, we didn't know you were fucking a 17-year-old. Yeah. It's like Drake going up to a conference, talking about how he wants to bang, what's that girl's name? Millie Bobby Brown.
Why can't he bang her? She's 18.
No, before.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, he did that?
Yes. He was texting her and she was talking about he would call her and stuff like that. Yeah.
No.
You didn't know all about that?
No.
Yeah.
Not Drake.
Yeah. I'll show you. But that's like him. That's like him just coming out saying this. And you didn't know. Him coming out yo, the rumors
what did he come out and say?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
She was just like, Drake calls me. He's my friend. And why? How's he your friend? You're 15.
Yeah. Yeah. Drake's not your friend.
14. Yeah, with 14-year-old. Yeah. 31.
About boys.
And the internet. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it is not good.
It's not good.
But that's not the first time Drake's been called a groomer.
Ugh.
He gets that a lot.
Ugh.
Back to the Dickens. Okay, yeah, so nobody knew what he was talking about. After his separation, he apparently tried to use his influence and a friendship with a psychiatrist who ran an insane asylum to have Catherine diagnosed as mentally ill, and the doctor refused.
This is a power move. A lot of men did this to women back in the day.
Yeah, but it's interesting that the doctor refused. The doctor was his friend and also still refused. Was like, no, she's actually not crazy. Literally, she's the least crazy. That is the least crazy response to having an affair. Being like, just keep it tight. Keep it tight, dog. Don't put it on the streets. Don't be sending bracelets. That's it.
Don't do this shit in public, bro.
Yeah.
Like, just keep this
and
shit.
he's like, she's crazy. And then he's crazily, furiously
This is the same man that has built a wall in his room to keep her on her side of the room.
Oh, my God. As we mentioned, he was not great with his kids. He sent his sons away to Australia to work when they were as young as 15. His kids would later say he cared more about
and that was a prison camp
the books than his kids. Kate Dickens said, my father was like a madman. He did not care a damn what happened to any of us. Nothing could surpass the misery and unhappiness of our home. So a bad dad. That's nothing to
awful
write
dad,
home about.
awful husband.
Yeah. He was also a shitty friend. Once he invited his famous author, Hans Christian Andersen, to stay at his house for a week. Then he offered to let him stay longer. After over a month, okay, this guy stayed too long anyway. Hans found a message on his bathroom mirror that said, Hans Andersen slept in this room for 5 weeks, which seemed to the family ages. So he opened up his home to somebody and then decided they stayed too long after asking.
But didn't tell him, but just wrote a note like, this
guy, this motherfucker.
Stayed at this. That is so passive aggressive.
So he's passive aggressive. He's petty as hell. He's cheating ass hoe and a bad dad. So his friend stayed there, and then he just leaves a super passive aggressive note. And then his friend is so ashamed, he packed and left immediately.
Oh my God, I stayed too long. That's like the things that people had to worry about.
I'm so embarrassed. So why haven't you heard any of this before? Well, Dickens scholar Michael Slater notes in his book, The Great Charles Dickens Scandal, that Dickens, and after his death, his family worked hard to keep his scandal under wraps.
Keep it clean.
Yeah. And mostly succeeded in preserving his reputation as a pure-hearted domestic man. But hey, at least now you know better.
Now you know better. Now you know he's a scumbag.
Okay, so all things considered, he's a great writer. He writes classics. He writes petty letters. He writes
newspaper articles.
Passive aggressive shit. He writes it all.
He's a writer.
He's a writer's writer.
He's a
writer's writer. But he's also not a great dad. We don't have a ton of details on how he's a bad dad, except for that they just
Lucifer's box.
Yeah, well, Lucifer's box is okay. Not a great dad. Cheats on his wife. Kicks her out. Calls her crazy.
Yeah.
But he wrote some cool shit. Scumbag score from 0 to 100.
0 to 100. Okay. He wasn't abusive.
No.
Physically. At least it didn't come out. Awful dad, awful husband, awful friend. Didn't kill anybody.
I don't know if he's an awful friend. This is the kind of a bad example of like being an awful friend, because he asked this guy to stay. He said, you can stay. And then he's like, you stayed too fucking long. And wrote him a letter. That's not the worst thing. I've had 5 people do worse shit.
We've all had worse. Yeah. But we don't know the scale though. That could be like a grant, like staying too long could be like, oh, you never do that. You know what I mean? So it's a Victorian era.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him a lower score than I
am too.
Than I have anybody else so far.
Yeah.
I'm going like 63.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. I just don't think he's that scummy. I don't think, here's the problem.
It's not outside the box scumbag.
No, it's not outside the box scumbag. And the scummy shit he did, so the actress is 17 years old.
That's scummy.
I don't know what the laws were back then.
It's a little different because people live less. They live
not as long. 17 was old. So I don't know what the age of consent was.
Yeah.
So the 17-year-old is a red flag here for me. But I don't think cheating on your wife, don't do it if you cannot, obviously. But I don't think that's blasphemous. I don't think it's the most
I'm more upset that even after she was like, yo, it's cool, bro.
Right. He was crazy.
Yeah. He called her
he's like petty and crazy.
Then he tried to get her to commit it.
He gaslit her.
Yeah. Yeah.
He did gaslight her.
Yes.
He tried to make her think she was the crazy one. He's the crazy one penning letters.
Yeah, and putting up walls in his room.
Giving letters to your friends to be like, anytime you hear anything about taking out an ad in a newspaper to talk about an affair that nobody knew you were having.
So yeah, I'm going, what'd I go, 63? 63. Where you going?
I'm going lower.
Oh,
I'm
Lord.
gonna go lower. I'm gonna go like 45.
45. Oh, below 50.
Yeah, I don't think he's that scummy.
Okay.
I just don't. There's nothing here that, like, if you consider the time it happened in, which is a land.
He's a white man in England. And a successful white man in
1800s.
in 1800s.
Well, yeah. I just don't think he did anything out of the box scummy, except for he's petty and he's embarrassing with how he handles shit. But I don't think he's really I don't think he's really, really scummy. Like, some of these guys are really, really scummy, and I just don't think Dickens is that scummy.
Yeah.
I also don't really care about his work. I think it's cool that it changed some stuff.
But it doesn't have an impact on your life.
No.
No.
So,
Not really.
So, yeah, no. I don't really.
I mean, Christmas Carol is fucking great.
Yeah.
But also, yeah.
Yeah. Totally. So, yeah, factoring in the legacy, do you stand for Chuck?
No, I would, like, honestly, like I said, I gave him a low score. You gave him a lower to me, but I still don't think. I just
think we're all scumbags. Like, I think we've all cheated. Like, you've cheated.
Yeah, it's like normal scumbaggery shit.
Yeah, it's just normal. Very normal. Like, I would have a hard time finding 5 people who haven't done the things you've done.
Like, we could text like 6 of them right now.
Yeah. Most of my friends have done everything that he's done.
Yeah.
From being a bad parent. I know absent fathers. I know deadbeat.
People that post all their shit on, on Instagram.
Yeah, people that blast everything.
They're sitting around people's nudes and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just think
he would thrive.
Yeah, he would thrive in this era. God, can you imagine him on Threads? Charles Dickens on Threads would be fucking.
I should start a Charles Dickens thread.
Oh my God, you should. That would be so funny.
Well, great work. Not life changing to me, but.
Yeah. All right. Question to the fans.
Yes.
When has thinking with your Tiny Tim gotten you in trouble?
Yeah.
Probably never. Never has it ever.
No, it always happens. Your Tiny Tim.
Your Tiny Tim.
Your Tiny Tim could be your.
Also, why is his tiny?
Tiny Tim is the name of
the character.
The character. The guy's son.
I see what we're doing.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, let us know when you got in trouble with your Tiny Tim.
We're putting a rap on the Dickens.
The rap on the Dickens.
Rap on the Dickens.
On this episode, we're doing a literary doubleheader of writer scumbags Charles Dickens and J.M. Barrie.
Nobody's gonna know who this person is.
It doesn't matter.
I barely know.
That's
who
why
this
we're here.
person
We're here
is.
to learn. We're here to teach.
We're here to learn.
We're here to make sure that people know.
Some people aren't here to learn.
You may not know who the person is, but they'll know afterwards.
You know what they did.
Who is the person?
J.M. Barrie.
Who the fuck is J.M. Barrie?
Exactly.
What did J.M. Barrie do?
The first thing we need to do with every scumbag is see what they look like, because we need. All right, he's got a mustache for days.
He has the stash.
He has a stash, stanky stash.
Whenever I see a stash, I was like, this guy
eats pussy.
No, it's like this guy's mustache stinks so bad. So why is this guy here? Like, what is he famous for?
Well, he wrote Peter Pan.
Okay, so everyone knows what Peter Pan is. I know Peter Pan. It's the story of the
boy who would never grow up.
And they went to the islands, and he had to fight Captain Hook.
Allegedly.
And then he had the weird pirates and then the Lost Boys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so anyway, Sir.
He was a sir.
He's a sir.
Not a saint.
Not a saint.
He's not like Mother Teresa.
Saint Elton John.
So Peter Pan was
the first thing that comes up is Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean when you Google Peter Pan. So that is on the internet.
No, it's like Peter Pan is.
Peter Pan, hold your horses. Let me just tell you. Let me tell you about Peter Pan. Let me tell you about Sir J.M. Barrie, who is a Scottish playwright. Immediately gets points in my book because he's Scottish and I love that accent. He was born in 1860. That's a long, long time ago. Mm-hmm. He's best known for writing the play Peter Pan, or The Boy Who Would Never Grow Up. So the titles were reversed. Obviously, it was reduced down to Peter Pan when Disney grabbed it by the nuts.
Okay.
In 1904, which he adapted into a widely acclaimed novel, Peter and Wendy, in 1911. The world of Peter Pan has inspired a buttload of other books, comics, plays, movies, and theme park rides, especially since the book's EU copyright expired in 2008.
Yeah, so you can do whatever you want.
You do whatever you want with it.
That's why
Disney's
Disney's
take shit from
Mickey
people?
Mouse is coming up on that, so that's why Disney changed their logo. My favorite Peter Pan rendition is Hook.
Porno Pan.
No, I've never seen Porno Pan, but Hook is my favorite with Dustin Hoffman and Robin Williams.
Oh yeah.
That was my favorite.
That was good. I saw that a long time ago.
Peter Pan, I want.
Peter Pan.
Peter Pan.
Is that Robin Williams?
That's Robert Williams. That's Dustin Hoffman. And Peter Pan.
Robin Williams, we didn't deserve him.
No.
He was too good for us.
Peter. Will your father love you like this?
Peter Pan.
And then shout out to my man Dante Bosco, who played Rufio. Rufio. Pan Pan the Pan Man. My favorite part of the movie, they're like, "You're doing it, Peter. You're doing it." He's like eating the fucking fake food. But anyway, back to this fucking Sir.
No. I want to keep talking about you and all of your experiences with Hook and Peter Pan. Did you watch Disney's Peter Pan when you were growing up?
Yeah, he can fly, we can fly, we can fly.
Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell? Tinkerbell.
I like Tinkerbell. I always thought Tinkerbell was the Tooth Fairy when I was growing up.
I can see that.
Yeah. I thought
you know who played Tinkerbell?
Marilyn Monroe.
No, Julia Roberts.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there she is.
But she was like they had like a weird love thing with her and Peter. I was like,
there's always got to be a love affair.
How did that work? Like,
Peter put his whole body inside of her.
Well, she grew in the movie for like a second. She used her fairy dust to get bigger, and they like.
Peter was his butt plug.
No.
Her butt plug.
No,
because she's the small one.
She's a small one. Come on, bro, get your shit together.
Okay.
Captain Hook's one of my favorite villains, though. James P.
Okay. Anything else? I didn't really watch Peter Pan. I think I maybe saw it once.
I don't remember.
I watched Cinderella 400 times.
I watched Cinderella 400 times.
Because I would always have to do chores. My mom would make me do chores. And I'm like, someone's going to fucking make me a dress and I'm going to get the fuck out of here.
Bibbidi bobbidi boo.
Nobody made me a dress.
Cinderella.
And there was no Prince Charming.
I didn't realize her real name's not Cinderella.
What is it?
It's not Cinderella. They just called her Cinderella because she was always in the cinders. So she was always in the cinders, like the dust, the dirt.
Yeah.
The dusk, the cinders.
So what's her name?
I don't know her real name. It's not Cinderella.
Well, don't say that fact if you don't know her real name.
We can look it up. What's Cinderella's real name? Is it Aurora?
Aurora?
No, that's Sleeping Beauty.
Borealis?
No. Cinderella's real name.
Fucking Cinderella, bitch.
What is her real name?
Ella.
Oh,
but she was in the cinders.
Yeah.
Ella in the cinders. Oh.
Yeah, Cinderella.
But you learn something new every day.
I know.
I don't even know what cinder is. Cinder
like
block.
Cinders. Like cinder, like the ashes.
Like my mom.
Yeah. Mine too. I have her ashes at my house right now.
Cinder Mama.
Cinder Mama. Her ashes are in an envelope in a moving box right now.
My sister tried to spread my mom's ashes because she wanted her ashes to be spread on horseback. And so she put a little bit of ashes in a Ziploc bag. She was wearing my dad's hunting coat. It was freezing outside. And then when she went to pull the Ziploc bag out, all the ashes just fell in my dad's pocket. And I would say objectively that was the last place she wanted to be spread.
Oh my God, that's the last
And my dad said, just spread it, her ashes spread at the dry cleaner.
Yeah, he's just like.
Yeah, exactly. Just like emptying the pocket.
Oh
you know,
my
when
God.
you get shit in the pocket. That shit's your ex-wife. Oh my God. God is good.
God
Life
is good all
funny.
the time. One day I'll spread my mom's ashes. I had plans on like planting her in like.
Planting her in a tree.
In a tree, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's nice. But you liked your mom.
I did like I love my mom.
Yeah, that's nice. Sorry to bring that up.
Yeah, it's okay.
My mom was a bitch.
Bring it up or you don't. She's not coming back. So
nothing we say is bringing either. What if they both walk through the door right
I know.
now? They're like a cloud of smoke.
They're just on an island with Peter Pan. Living forever.
Yeah. They're hanging out. I would like to think right now, like your mom's hanging out with fucking Tupac and Kobe and like doing gang shit. Yeah.
I hope so.
Okay. So here's what you don't know about J.M. Barrie, which is everything.
Yes, Sir J.M. Barrie.
The story of Peter Pan was based on a close bond he formed with 5 young Lewin Davis brothers that he met strolling through the Kensington Gardens.
That sounds sketchy.
It
was always sketchy because the Lost Boys and like they're just together. There's no girls.
Yeah, I mean, plot aside, anytime an adult makes friends with kids,
it's always weird.
Yeah.
You can't have like kid friends. It's like when they asked R. Kelly, like, do you have teenage friends? He goes, what do you mean by teenage?
Yeah.
Like 18, 19, like teenagers.
I remember one time I was on vacation in Puerto Rico with my mom and my sister. And my mom was always very protective, to her credit, going to give her credit on this one. She was probably right. We were in the hot tub with these two old guys, and they started talking about like the ski resort they had and how they wanted us to come skiing, and we're kids, so we're like, this sounds fucking
oh my god,
awesome.
You have skis?
Yeah, I'm like, there's snow and skis, like I'm fucking in. And then I go to my mom and I'm like, they're gonna invite us, we're gonna go to their like chateau in Bale, and she's like, the fuck you are. And then she like went over to them and it was like, you talk to my kids again, it'll be the last thing you do. And I was like, that was really dramatic. And
but now you look back at it, she was
I'm
saving you from being sex trafficked.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that was a close call. I'm an idiot. Kids are not smart.
No, they're not. Yeah. They'll do anything.
Yeah, I'm like, you're gonna give me a gingerbread cookie and a fucking
and skis?
I'm fucking
sign me up, bitch.
After the success of Peter Pan, Barrie continued writing mostly dark plays for adults.
Okay, so he wrote
he's a perv. Like Peter Pan was pervy, and he got away with it and became incredibly successful. And he's like, I'm gonna do more of what I love, which is perv shit. This included Half an Hour about a cheating wife whose husband gets hit by a bus and dies. Sounds like he's manifesting.
He is manifesting.
Yeah. He's a master manifester. Soon before dying in 1939, Barrie wrote in his diary, "May God blast anyone who writes a biography of me." So God's going to blast us.
Blast us.
God's going
to blast us. Sorry, sir.
Sorry, sir.
Fuck you guys.
We're going to get fucking smoked on our way home.
We're going to get hit by a bus.
Yeah. But driver's name is Peter. You're about to find out why he said that. Okay, love that. How did the guy behind your favorite Lost Boys end up in the Scumbag Hall of Fame?
I'm guessing he did some like weirdo pedophile stuff.
Okay, pedo. Votes on pedo. We'll find out. It all comes down to the 5 Lewin Davis brothers, who Barrie met after 4 years of a childless marriage to an actress.
He was married to an actress.
So he's married to an actress, and they couldn't have kids, so he went to a garden and he found some.
Yeah.
Okay. So the children's mother, Sylvia, who was the daughter of famous writer and artist George du Maurier, who Barrie was obsessed with. Okay. His biographer, Piers Dudgeon, believes that the fascination led Barrie to begin stalking Sylvia and her boys, yikes, including orchestrating a casual run-in with Sylvia at a New Year's Eve party.
So that means he planned that.
He's a stalker.
He stalked her and it was like, yo, bitch.
He's a stalker.
Hey, fancy meeting you here. Yeah. I only followed you like 7 blocks.
Yeah. Do you know how hard it had to be to stalk back in the day?
Because you don't know. We were talking about this with you. You're the easiest person to stalk.
I know.
Because
like I'm on tour. It's like
a comedian. It's like,
exactly,
here I am if you want to kill me.
Yeah, if you want to kill me,
I'll be on stage at 9:30.
Yeah, and security's light. Security's light as fuck. The boy's father, Arthur, was a struggling lawyer and not a fan of Barrie because Barrie was stalking his family. Barrie won the family's affection by giving them tons of money for motor cars and holidays abroad. This guy is a creep.
Yeah, he's giving the money for this is like grooming
for cars. Shit. Yeah, this is grooming shit. Okay. Man, why didn't anyone groom me? I want money in cars. Now I'm too old to be groomed.
I mean, maybe.
Bummer. He was treated like an eccentric uncle, telling them fairy tales and playing weird pirate games where he pretended to be Captain Swarthy, who would become Captain Hook. He once forced 4-year-old Peter to walk the plank into murky waters of a so-called Black Lake at Barrie's summer estate.
So there was a guy named Peter.
Yeah, so this is all real life. So he's just
writing about all his
his fantasies.
He wanted to be he was Captain Hook.
Yeah.
I want Peter Pan.
In 1902, shit got weirder. Barrie wrote a semi-autobiographical novel for the young boys called The Little White Bird. In it, the protagonist becomes so obsessed with the young boy that he resolves to steal the boy away from his mother. Yikes. To make that happen, the character starts telling the boy a fantastical story about a magical boy named Peter Pan. The book was explicitly about the protagonist's intention. One line, it was a scheme conceived in a flash and ever since relentlessly pursued to take him utterly from his mother.
Wow. So he's trying to steal this boy away. So
he's trying to steal these kids. So basically,
to take him to an island.
Kids, and he wanted kids. But I guess my thing is I can't tell if it's he was just obsessed with the want of having kids because him and his wife couldn't have kids, or if he's sexually.
So, and that's the thing. I saw this video the other day where it was these soccer players, right? And before the game, soccer players always have kids in front of them. It was women soccer players, and the girls in front of them were cold. So like the girls were like rubbing their shoulders and shit, right? And everybody was like, "Oh, their women are so special. They're so endearing. They're warming the kids up." But another soccer player, Mbappe, did the same thing with a kid. And he was like warming the kid up because the kid was cold. And it was like, "He's a fucking freak." And it was like, he literally just did, because men, we're historically awful people, and then we're pedophiles, we're murderers, so it looks bad. But like, Mbappe was literally just like the kid was same thing. So like, I don't know, it's the optics of it is weird. As a guy,
you can't just like hang out in a garden with 4 kids that aren't your own.
No, and I don't like, even when looking at
as a woman, you're like a nanny or a caretaker.
Like
as a man, you're a
even as
freak.
Like finding daycare for my daughter, like I got weirded out because the lady brother worked there, and I was like, "What is he like? Does he teach classes?"
Because he got molested by somebody at a daycare.
Yeah, but I'm just saying though, like it's just like, I was just like, "Does he work there?" Like they're like, "Oh no, he doesn't have anything." But you don't want like a babysitter. You don't want a fucking man babysitting your kids. No babysitter.
Okay, eventually the story within the story would become Peter Pan, whose initial title was The Boy Who Hated Mothers. Okay.
That was like your life story.
This guy really... I'm a boy who hates my mom. Okay. The book had some creepily intimate scenes of the narrator and the boy, including talking about dripping little form in the bath and how when I essayed to catch him, he had slipped from my arms like a trout.
Okay, this guy's a kid fucker. Yeah, like he's not enduring. He's not missing the kids that he doesn't have. He's a weirdo. Like, and the water dripped off of his young supple body.
He looked like a trout.
Yeah.
At this point, it's probably worth noting that despite the pervy undertones, Barry was probably impotent, as his wife said their marriage was never consummated. It seems unlikely.
Oh, so he couldn't.
He couldn't fuck
kids.
her because she wasn't a kid.
Yeah. So it wasn't that they could have kids. He just didn't have sex with her to have kids.
And it seems unlikely that his relationship with the young boys was ever sexually abusive. Okay. One of the boys later in life called him an innocent, and his most noted biographer, who read all of his letters, concluded that he was probably not a pedophile. Okay. So there's that. Okay, so maybe he's like one of those guys who is a pedophile, but he doesn't act on it. So he just wrote a play
about doing everything that he wants to do.
And he but he's not actually doing the damn
fantasizes
thing.
about it.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the best kind of pedophile. In terms of pedophiles.
I mean, if you don't act on it.
Yeah, the inactive ones.
Yeah.
Just the ones where it's just in your brain and
it's
you're
not illegal to think.
Yeah, it's not
it's not illegal to think about it.
It's not illegal to think.
Yeah, it's not illegal to think. Just don't do.
Still, he was a creep about these kids.
He was fucking creeping on these kids.
Yeah.
He's a fucking creeper, though.
In 1928, the preface to the Peter Pan play read, "I suppose I always knew that I made Peter by rubbing the 5 of you violently together."
1928.
1928. Did I not say that?
No, so he was like 68 years old. Mm-hmm. Wow.
"I suppose that I always knew that I made Peter by rubbing the 5 of you violently together." Who says that? That is all he is. The spark I got from you.
So, I mean, he could have just said Peter's a mix. No, he could have just said Peter's a mixture, you 5.
He could have said, "I wrote this play instead of fucking you all." It was one or the other.
But to say I violently rubbed you 5 together, like he could have just been like, "Yo, bro, you guys inspired by the 5 of you."
Yeah, violently rubbing together is...
That was very vivid.
That's him jerking off.
Yeah.
Okay. And his letters were even creepier. He was especially obsessed with Michael. On his 8th birthday, Barry wrote to Michael, "I wish I could be with you and your candles. You can look on me as one of your candles, the one that burns badly, the greasy one that is bent in the middle. But still, hooray, I am Michael's candle. Yikes. Dear Michael, I am very fond of you, but don't tell anybody."
Oh, that's pedo talk right there.
Pedo talk.
Don't tell anybody.
Don't tell anybody. That's the red flag. A childhood friend later described that Michael and Barry's relationship as morbid and unhealthy.
Yeah, so his autobiographer is like, no, he didn't even do nothing.
He didn't do nothing. And he's like, "I'm like your greasy bent candle.
I'm your bent over greasy candle.
Greasy candle.
And don't tell anybody I said this shit to you, Michael."
I hate this guy.
That's fucking weird, bro. Ugh.
So the boy's father died in 1907, and soon after, in 1910, their mother died too, both from cancer. And this is where things got really dark.
Okay, I want to hear. Let's
Gets
hear
darker.
this shit.
Okay, Barry was divorced by this point after his probably very sexually frustrated wife cheated on him.
She wasn't getting any.
She wasn't getting any dick. When their mother, she wasn't getting violently rubbed together, whatever he said. When their mother, Sylvia, was on her deathbed, Barry told the boys that Sylvia had agreed to marry him. The boys did not believe him.
So the dad died in 1907.
And then he's gaslighting these kids into thinking, or that's not the right word.
I was going to be your daddy.
Yeah. According to
that's
both,
gaslighting. Yeah.
According to both of his biographers, Sylvia's will left the boys to two guardians, her sister Jenny and their longtime nurse Mary. After he found the will, Barry transcribed it and sent it to the boy's grandmother, but not before changing Jenny to Jimmy, thus putting him in the custody agreement.
Jenny to Jimmy.
So it's supposed to go to Jenny, the friend Jenny, and then he changed that to Jimmy because he's, he's quick with the pen. He pulled out his quill.
He's quick-witted.
He's quick-witted.
He licked it and like,
yeah.
Dear sorry for me.
From will to quill.
Ugh.
As Dudgeon writes, he made the boys his own, and the alteration of Sylvia's will shows that his strategy was predatory.
Yeah.
This guy is a fucking trash bag. In 1946, Peter Lewin Davies described the way that so this is Peter Pan. This is the guy.
Peter, the guy that's Peter.
Yeah, this is Peter Pan. Described the way that he and his brothers were spirited away as children from my mother and father's friends. The whole business, as I look back on it, was almost unbelievably queer and pathetic and ludicrous and even macabre.
Yeah, queer is like
kind of a way.
Was what they were using as like weird.
Yeah.
Back in the day, that's what it meant.
He called Peter Pan, of which he was the namesake, that terrible masterpiece. Okay, so these kids were abused.
Yeah.
Okay.
They hate it.
They hate it.
That terrible masterpiece.
Yeah.
I mean, we love it, but it came at the price of us getting our fucking booty holes.
Yeah, it's like the fucking Jackson 5.
Yeah.
Okay, the boys' lives went pretty tragic. George enlisted in World War I. Some historians think to escape Barry. He was killed in 1915. In 1921, Michael drowned as a student at Oxford in what many historians believe was a suicide pact with a male classmate he was in love with. Jack died of lung cancer in 1959. Peter killed himself by driving under a tube train the following year. Yeah, this guy
these kids fucked these kids up. He fucked these kids up.
Peter took care to burn all of Barry's letters to Michael before killing himself, calling them too much. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't want the world to see all this fucking like, I want to lick your fucking bent candle.
Only Nico appears to have had a happy life. He must have been an ugly kid. He must have got no fucking... He didn't
get touched.
He got no smoke from Barry.
Smoke from Barry.
Couldn't get fucking touched. D.H. Lawrence wrote, J.M. Barrie has a fatal touch for those he loves. They die. Or, get kidnapped. Okay, here we are.
Yeah.
Fuck. This is our first pedo on Scumbags of History, yeah?
This is our first...
I mean, he's not a confirmed pedo, but he is.
No, he's confirmed. That is like,
confirmed.
if you look at the context clues, like
everyone killed themselves.
Everyone killed themselves. Yeah. Like, the one had a suicide pact with his gay lover. Like,
yeah. Do you know how bad you have to be fucking tortured to have a Disney movie written about you and hate it?
Yeah.
Because like kids love being the center of attention, unless it comes at being someone's bent wax candle.
A tragic masterpiece.
Dude, that's dark. That's the fucking dark arts right there. I hate it.
Yeah.
You go first on your scumbag.
I want 100, bro.
I'm fucking 100 too. I'm 100 too. There's no room.
There's no redeemable fucking qualities for this.
There's no room when you fuck with kids.
No, bro. 100, bro. Yeah, I don't.
100. I didn't even know who he was, and now I hate him.
I hate him. I fucking hate him, bro. I'll never watch that movie the same.
I'll never watch that movie again.
Yeah.
I mean, I've only maybe watched it once, but like. No, you fuck with not even fuck with one kid, 5 kids, all brothers, 2 of them killed themselves because of you. Absolutely,
and then it changed.
Not
change the will.
Kitty fuckers can all of them can get fucked. They ruin generations.
Yeah, because like you if you don't deal with that shit, then you project that shit on other people. Not even like touching people, but like your emotions and the way you handle things. Like if people don't take care of that shit, people kill themselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Fuck you, fucking J.M. Barrie, bro.
Fuck you.
He's the first 100. He's the first 100.
He's our first 100.
He's our first 100.
First unanimous. Yeah, we agree.
We said instantly 100.
100. Any kitty fuckers that come on here, good luck not getting 100. You're getting 100. Man. And also Peter Pan, sorry, you're not that lit. That fucking movie's not that good to redeem from anything.
Hook is good, but I don't like the fucking...
I mean, here's the thing. If we do Michael Jackson, that's when we're going to have to really figure out pedophiles get 100.
That's a different story.
That's a different one.
I don't know.
There's the icon.
It's iconic.
The iconic fucking output of gandering into a butthole.
Yeah, J.M. Barrie, bro.
Is way different than Peter fucking Pan.
Yeah.
All right. Let's factor in his legacy. No, no,
his legacy.
Fuck him. He fucking.
That's not that great.
He ruined 5 people's lives minimum.
Yeah.
Minimum. What a loser.
What a fucking douchebag.
Oh, I hate him.
It's not.
I want to be like self-deprecating and be like, we're all bad guys. No, though.
No, we're not this bad.
We're not this bad.
This is the scumbag of all scumbags.
This is the tip top.
He's our first 100.
He's our first 100. Tip top. And not even flinching 100.
No. 100.
And they're like, it's not confirmed. It's confirmed.
It's confirmed.
When somebody is a victim of childhood abuse like that and they end up killing themselves, that's the confirmation. It happened.
When his brother killed himself, he went and burned all his letters.
Right. Because he said it was too much.
Yeah.
Which means
that was shit.
And by the way,
there.
One of the ones that he didn't burn is like, I'm your greasy bent over candle. Because he's like, that's not too much.
Yeah.
And everything else
your greasy bent over candle.
Yeah. If anyone ever said I'm your greasy bent over candle, I would put a fucking bullet in their head.
I'm gonna put that in my profile on Instagram. I'm your greasy bent over candle. The comedy of Mateen Stewart.
Okay, question for the fans. Have you ever told a joke that aged poorly? Sure, what's joke? There's no joke though.
There's no joke here.
There's no joke. Have you ever fucked a kid and it didn't go so well?
Have you ever fucked a kid and wrote a masterpiece?
Yeah, have you ever been have you ever held down your pedophilia and then wrote a Disney movie?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
This is awful.
There's no call to action.
There's no call to action.
The call to action is don't fuck kids.
Yeah, fucking.
Or I will come to your house.
Yeah, don't donate to a fucking abused kid.
Nancy Kerrigan your ass.
Shit. Yeah, fuck that shit. Man.
God. People are trash. I hate this guy.
Yeah.
Remember in the beginning when I was like, I already like him because he's Scottish. Now I don't like Scottish people. Now I don't like Scottish people. Now you don't like Scottish people. Now I don't like Scottish accents. I don't like Scottish people. It's over.
Jim Barrie.
How is he a sir too?
Yeah.
How did we knight his ass?
They knighted him.
We knighted his ass after he fucking ruined.
The Queen of England did that.
Of course she did.
The British royal family's pieces of shit.
God damn it.
Yeah. James Matthew.
That mustache.
Yeah.
Now back to that mustache smelling.
Yeah. Yeah. J.M. Barrie.
That's where he kept all of his
I don't trust
secrets.
initials. I don't trust 2 initial people.
I don't trust his ass at all.
Look at this. This picture definitely looks like a fucking.
He's a pedo.
He's a pedo, bro.
He's a pedo.
Yeah, man.
He's got that look in his eyes.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah. We're looking at pictures of him right now.
Ooh, I hate him.
Yeah, look at him. You look at this guy.
He's got that vacancy.
Yeah.
You know, like serial killers and pedophiles have like that vacancy.
Yeah, there's nothing behind those doors, but
nobody's
but
home.
evilness.
The inn's empty.
Yeah.
Okay, we hate him.
Yeah. Fuck you, Jay.
First 100 down.
First 100. Write it up.
Well,
ding,
that's
ding.
our show for today.
That's
J.M. Barrie, get fucked in hell.
Get fucked in hell.
All right. That's our show for today. If you're enjoying Scumbags of History, let us know. Wherever you're listening to podcasts, go give us 5 stars, subscribe, do all the stuff that a not scumbag would do.
No, yeah.
Prove to us that you're better than both of us. I am a certified scumbag, Brittany Schmitt.
And I'm certified scumbag, Mateen Stewart.
It's been fun partying. See you next time.
Yeah, subscribe, like, review.
Shut up, Mateen. Bye.
Peace.